one and all, and welcome to another exciting episode of Common Sense. My name is Jason Davis, and I am the past county chair of Volusia County government. And what we're doing here is we're talking about all kinds of great things that go on in our government, and who's doing what, when, why, and how. So we are here in the bunker, the cast iron bunker, in beautiful highlands of West Volusia County, protected by 2 rabid Pomeranians and a crazy cat. Anyways, we are today we're talking about something that the county council did, and this is an article in the News Journal put out by Dustin Wyatt, and it was done on June 4th, 2019 at 9:03 p.m. That's when he drops his articles down. So anyways, we're moving along here, and it says in the article, the lead line, with the possibility that the federal government could order an end to Volusia's beach driving tradition in little more than a decade, the county council voted 4-3 on Tuesday to add as many off-beach parking spaces as possible. Okay. So what does all that mean? Well, very simply, that means that Volusia County government is going to, the Volusia County Council has authorized $475,000 for a weedy lot. Yeah, that's it. And they're going to buy this piece of property and put 11 parking spots on it. It says the public needs as many spaces to park near the coast as possible, since the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service may not renew the county's beach driving permit when it expires in 2031, given the danger it poses to wildlife. Okay, folks, let's now it's time for a little reality check. Who buys a weedy lot for $475,000? Who wants to put 11 car parking spots for the public in a private neighborhood? And the Wildlife Service may not renew the county's beach, but it also may renew the county's beach driving permit, which is called the turtle permit, when it expires in 2031. And let's talk about the dangers that it poses to wildlife. You know, there hasn't been a turtle incident that I know of in years. Not a turtle incident one. All these ridiculous rules that people come up with apparently don't know anything about turtles. Okay, nothing. First things first, a turtle will lay her eggs. I don't care what's there. And I know this for a fact. I have actually seen pictures of a turtle crawling up on the beach in Daytona, going into the sand dunes and laying her eggs. Somebody videotaped it because they were walking on the beach and they saw this. They videotaped this turtle digging a hole and laying her eggs. And there were fireworks going off in Daytona Beach. Oh, interesting. When I was a young lad, we used to sit on the beach and, in my early adult years, we'd stay at the beach at night. We were allowed to. And we'd stay out there and be shooting the breeze and, having a campfire and cooking food. And all of a sudden somebody would look and go, "Hey, is that a sea turtle? Oh, wow, there's a sea turtle." We all walk over and look at this big sea turtle as it slowly lumbers up the beach. And then we say, "Oh, wow, cool." We'd leave. And she'd do her thing, and then she'd go back to the ocean. To my knowledge, there's only been one incident where sea turtles were disoriented and went the wrong way and didn't go to the ocean. They ended up in yards and crossing the road. It's just, there is, when was the last time you saw any wildlife animal out there disturbed by humans? The dogs, the wild dogs and the feral cats are all over and up and down the beach. You know what really disturbs wildlife is when you tear up its natural habitat and you put parking spots in it. That's when you destroy habitat. That's when you pose a problem to wildlife. I'm afraid someday we could lose this, and we better be prepared at that time to put our people somewhere to park, said Councilman Ben Johnson, who joined Ed Kelly, Deb Denny's, and Fred Lowry in support of the move. We need separately to be planning for the future. Okay, here you go, folks. And this is directed to anybody up there on the council who really doesn't think that far ahead. Here's the deal. When the federal government says we're not going to renew your permit, it's not going to be 30 days. It's not going to be a year. They're going to consider it 5 or 6 years out. They will let the county know because we're always paying our annual permit. So when we pay the annual permit, we'll be getting a letter back from them saying we will not be renewing your permit. But you know what? They haven't done that yet, and they're not going to do it. Because we are a sovereign state. And according to the 10th Amendment to the Constitution, we get to make that choice. As a city, as a county, we have our own decisions. Whether or not we want to allow the cars on the beach to park. It's not driving. It's parking. Because people don't drive on the beach anymore just to drive. They park on the beach for a family day of fun. And you can sit here and say, all these problems with these people, getting injured or hurt out there, the kids. We need to throw a little of that responsibility onto the parents. When you teach your children to look both ways and don't run across lanes of traffic, that's a thing. And, a couple of these times that I've seen, it's mom just turned the child loose and the child ran instead of training her child. I know it's an exciting moment. Walk your child down to the water. The chairs and the umbrella will still be there when you get back. Get the child a chance to splash in the water before you just turn them loose on the world here, so to speak. So the errors of this are just immense. I never supported removing cars off the beach. There was a time when I said, sure, I'll agree with you on this one, because I knew for a fact that they weren't going to make it. And that's during the contracts of the Hard Rock Cafe and the Westin Inn. I knew they were not going to make the time hack on their contracts. They said, we'll do this in 12 months. I said, good luck with that. Okay, yeah, fine. But they never made it. It was only after I was out of office that all that contract and all that agreement went thrown to the wind, and oh my goodness, then the county council could have their party at the new Hard Rock where the Westin Inn was. By the way, I haven't seen it really be doing all that great, and I do get to drive up and down the beach area every once in a while, so there you go. No, you need to leave the beach alone, folks. That's just my personal opinion. It's been there for millions of years. What you really need to worry about is not removing cars from the beach, but in the next 50 years, how are you going to support the buildings when the beach erodes away from all this new construction? That's right. Our beach is actually a barrier island, and every day it is bombarded with water, humidity, wind, ocean, and it's eroding away. Has nothing to do with man. Has nothing to do with anything we have done. What it has to do with is called this one little word, nature. And nature tears down islands and builds them up. So there you go. So maybe a little common sense has struck somebody today, realizing that $475,000 for 11 parking lots, parking spot, which puts it roughly at $50,000 per car. Or you could have had by the way, this is in a residential area. It's not a lot of traffic. It's just the residents. And the residents actually said, wait a minute, why don't you just put a dune walkover so we, the citizens that live here, can walk over the dunes and not destroy the dunes and get to the beach. You know what? That would save you over 500, almost, let's see, 130,000, 475,000. It would save you $245,000. And even at $130,000, that's a little pricey for a bunch of wood and a walkover on the sand dunes. Like I said, maybe one day common sense will reign supreme.